That underground torture room is officially called the underground shrine storage. So do torture room and shrine storage mean the same thing? According to Takano's theory, the bloody rituals, including Watanagashi, have been passed down among the three families even after the Meiji era. The rituals are always ready to be performed. The worship always comes with torture, so Hinamizawa's history involves lots of human slaughter. Takano's theory is right. The underground shrine storage at the Sonozaki house looked well maintained and ready. Takano is right about that too. Since the Sonozaki family and the Furude family have a shrine storage, the Kimiyoshi family must have one too. That's right, the ancient brutal customs is still handed down through the generations. God, I didn't even think about him. Like their family. Shit. I should be prepared for the fact that occult events are still secretly being performed in this cursed village. The secrecy of the shrine storage is one of the most eminent elements of the worship of Oyashiro-sama. Of course I knew that, since I'm one of the Hinamizawan people. But breaking the secrecy is actually a more serious problem than I thought. Takano's research shows that the history of shrine storage's secrecy goes way back in history. The ritual implements have been viewed as sacred objects. That's why it's strictly forbidden to enter. Takano's theory says that Watanagashi was once a public execution to stabilize the reign of the three families, rather than a purely religious ritual. Makes sense. Easier to rule by fear than rule by everyone just agreeing that you're the de facto leader. If so, the ritual shouldn't be called sacred. Everybody must have detested the ritual. If the malice was obvious, the reign would be too terror-driven. But if there was some secrecy, it looked divine. If an outsider touches it, then it's considered impure. Which means that if anyone could see the truth, the dignity would be lost. So they decided to hide it, so that people would assume it was divine. So the true nature of the secrecy over the shrine of storage is nothing but the terror that controls this village. Fair. The reason why Takano and Tometake were cursed is because they broke into the shrine storage. I don't know how they found out about that. Maybe somebody was watching. Maybe there was an ancient anti-theft alarm. Either way, our entry must have been reported at the top of the curse system. That's because considering the distance between the village and the site where Takano's body was found, she must have been killed right after we came out of the shrine storage. It was done very quickly. It's possible that a special assassination team exists for this, or that the plan had been set up a long time ago. It might have been secret agents of the Sonozaki family, but the latter sounds more valid. But if so, who would have been the victim if there was no breaking entry into the shrine storage? Huh. I have no idea. Actually. That's a fair question. Who would it be? My relatives gathered at the Sonozaki house after the Watanagashi festival and had a little party. I mingled with my uncles and had fun. I tried to get rid of the eerie memories of the shrine storage. Mion was acting as the next leader of the family, so I tried to stay away from her. I'm sure she would feel weird if I talked to her in a formal way. In consideration of Grandma's old age, we ended the party around 11 p.m. We all helped to clean up, and the women washed the dishes in the kitchen. The men folded the tables and put them away in the storage room. It only took about 30 minutes, then everybody left, one after another. By now, Miona is no longer acting as the Sonozaki leader, and she's been being her normal self. Maybe I drank too much. I'm lying on the tatami floor. Kasai asks me if I can get in the car. So I tell him I'll barf if I get in the car now. He says, "Can I spend the night here? I just want to go to sleep. Grandma will get mad if she finds you." "By the way, don't you have school tomorrow, Shion?" "No, tomorrow's our school's anniversary, so there's no school." How many times a year does your school have its anniversary?" "Oh well. Okay, Kasai. She can stay here tonight." "Okay, good night." "Come on, Shion, wake up. Grandma will get mad if you fall asleep here. Here, hold on to me. You can sleep in my bed." "Thanks, sis." My alter ego told me that I'm in a demon's stomach. I wouldn't have woken up if I had heard that voice. I might not have woken up at all. 165. What voice? Like, is she talking about, like, Satoshi's voice? Even though she kind of made it up? I don't remember much. I think I was brought to Mion's room and crawled into the futon. After a while, Mion got her futon ready next to me, turned the lights off, and went to sleep. At least that's what I thought. I get up and turn the lights on. Mion's futon is empty. The futon feels cold. Mion must have left her futon a while ago. Did she go to the bathroom? No, the closest bathroom is right there down the hall. The light in the bathroom is off. Where'd she go? I hear a clock ticking loudly. It's a little before 3 a.m. Oh God. I'm left all alone suddenly at this time of day. The eerie feelings of the shrine storage come back gradually. I try to sense my surroundings. There shouldn't be an eerie atmosphere, strange noises or footsteps. I step out into the freezing cold hallway to look for Mion. I immediately notice a light coming from one of the rooms. That's Grandma's room. Grandma goes to sleep early and wakes up early. She is strict about her bedtime, so it is strange to see her light on at this time of day. I can hear voices too. The voices belong to Mion and Grandma. I walk up to the room and listen in to their conversation. Since it's in the middle of the night, I can hear their conversation very clearly. "But you know, those young ones went too far. You're right. They made Oyashiro-sama angry, so I guess they've got what they deserved." Mion's voice sounds as cold as the one I heard down in the torture room. I hold my breath. "The police say they're investigating, but are you sure?" "I guess. It's probably Takano." My heart almost stops. Oyashiro-sama got angry. The police are investigating. It's probably Takano. And the meaning of today. Those words tell me something is happening. My teeth start to chatter. I try to stop them desperately. I feel like my body is swelling up suddenly. I can't hear well. Calm down. Breathe. Listen more carefully. According to Mion and Grandma's conversation, another incident definitely took place. The victims are Takano and Tomatake. From what I can hear, both Mion and Grandma think it makes sense that things happen to them. No. I need to think more calmly. They did say they deserved it for making Oyashiro-sama angry. Did they say Takano and Tomatake made Oyashiro-sama angry? How did they make Oyashiro-sama angry? They know. My body starts to shake. They know we snuck into the shrine storage. Then does that mean Keiichi and I are the objects of Oyashiro-sama's curse too? Suddenly a phone rings. The phone is by the front door. The front door is opposite Grandma's room, farther down. The ringtone echoes in the long hallway. It sounds so eerie, it almost sounds like it's coming from hell. That's when I feel someone behind me. Oh, stop it. Of course there's nobody when I turn around. Oh. But there was someone a moment ago. I don't know if it was Satoshi. I don't feel emotion, so I can't tell. I don't know how long it was there. It's as if there was there watching me, listening on the conversation. That's the feeling I get. It can't be Satoshi. Satoshi can't be that intimidating or scary. My mind turns all red, like blood. Those footsteps always followed me. They even came to my bedside and looked down at me. I remember when Ryugu Rena said on that rainy day, "You'll be okay if that's true. Oyashiro-sama won't get mad at you." If Oyashiro-sama isn't angry, nobody will follow me. So what does this mean? Ever since we snuck into the shrine storage, who has been following me? What is it? Calm down, calm down. That's right, Rena wasn't talking about me. She was talking about Satoshi. That's what happened to Satoshi. Everything he's going through is a sign of Oyashiro-sama's curse. That's right, that's why he encountered the curse of Oyashiro-sama. You feel someone is watching from a distance, and it follows you. A creepy feeling crawls up and spreads across my back. Then it watches you from right behind you. After that, you start hearing an extra footstep. I swallow loudly. It's almost like Ryuko Rena was predicting that what would happen to me. Was Rena talking about Satoshi then? Or was she talking about what would happen to me? Oh my god, stop it! I hope she's talking about him. But you start hearing it even inside your house after a while. Then Oyashiro-sama keeps watching you even when you're sleeping in the dark. Right by your side, just silently. I know now, there is no mistake. No matter how I look at it. She was talking about me. Yes, me. It was about me. The curse of Oyashiro-sama. What is the curse of Oyashiro-sama? That's when I actually feel something for real. Someone grabs my collar. Ugh! No voice comes out. I want to scream, but all I can do is open and close my mouth as if something is stuck in my throat. It's Mion. She looks colder than how she looked in the underground torture room. It's natural. She came out of the hallway to answer the phone. I try to come up with an excuse. However, the way Mion is looking at me is so cold. Even if I really ran into her by accident, I can tell by her eyes that she wouldn't believe me. I feel cold sweat all over my body. I can't even move my fingers. Sorry. I apologize. I could have said something to get myself out of this situation, but the apology came out first. But Mion doesn't hear me. She walks to the front door, still holding my collar. The phone is still ringing. A normal person usually doesn't let a phone ring so long at this time of day. This phone call itself doesn't seem real. Mion picks up the phone. This is Mion. I see. I understand. Please take care of things at your end. Also, please make sure that nobody talks about this. Yes. Goodbye. Mion puts down the phone after a short conversation. What does she mean, make sure nobody talks about this? Who called anyway? Mion puts her forehead on mine and speaks to me. Did you hear? Which conversation is she asking me about? Oh, I wonder which one, you dumbass piece of shit. Obviously the one you're eavesdropping on. Of course she's talking about the conversation with Grandma. No shit. If I say yes, what will happen to me? I don't know what you're talking about. Whew. Mion pulls my collar, presses her nose to mine, and continues to speak. Just what you heard. The curse of Oyashiro-sama fell on Tometake and Takano. It's very unfortunate. It's like I'm talking to myself in a mirror. But what I'm saying in the mirror is so cold. Sis, what is the curse of Oyashiro-sama? Tometake killed himself by scratching his throat. Takano was burnt to death in a drum. I feel terrible. What? Tometake scratched his throat out until he died? What? Takano was burnt to death in a drum? I feel something furry crawl up my spine. Stop it. Also, I feel like my stomach is turning upside down. I don't feel strength in my legs. If Mion lets go of my collar, I'll probably collapse. What? Why did they die that way? Don't you know, Shion? I'm asking you because I don't know. I don't know. Don't you see there can only be one reason? Please don't say it as if I already know the answer. What are you talking about? My heart is pounding. I feel like a bloody hot breath is coming up and suffocating me. Don't you know? It's because they made Oyashiro-sama angry. The first year it was the site manager of the dam construction. The second year is the village traders. Third year is the pacifist. Fourth year is the relatives of the traders. Fifth year would be the intruders, I guess. I always thought the victims were people who had something to do with the dam conflict. Since I didn't do anything during the dam conflict, I assumed that I was safe. I should have known. I should have known everything would be the curse of Oyashiro-sama. I knew Oyashiro-sama's anger was the curse of Oyashiro-sama. I knew Oyashiro-sama would get angry if I sneaked into the shrine storage. But since I'm not a criminal of the dam conflict, I never thought I would be a victim. Did I ever think there would be an incident in the 5th year? Did I ever think that I'd be the victim of the 5th year incident? Samitake snuck into the shrine storage and he scratched his own throat out until he died. Takano was burned to death in a drum. That must be a lie. That can't be possible. Even if it's a forbidden shrine storage, it's just a storage to store some torture implements. How could they be killed for just sneaking in there? Especially in such gruesome ways. But I think again and realize that those people are capable of doing things like those. The main Sonozaki family is capable of it. The Sonozaki family has been pulling the strings for the series of mysterious deaths. They can do it. The Sonozaki family even kidnapped the grandson of the minister during the dam conflict. They can do it. The Sonozaki family made Satoshi completely disappear. They can do it. Mion leans against me first and then falls onto the cold hallway floor. Let me guess, she fucking headbutted her or something? She collapsed rather violently. I usually don't go to sleep with a stun gun on me. But since I was too drunk to get ready for bed, I had it on me. Oh no! Don't kill her, please! Even if she's a bit crazy. I had my stun gun on me. I now understand. I don't know who killed them exactly. Whose idea it was who ordered it. I don't even know who are actually involved. But Mion and Grandma know everything. Satoshi. Now I finally know. Now I know what I need to do. I will settle the score for you, Satoshi. I will avenge you, Satoshi. I won't be killed like you, Satoshi. I walk into Grandma's room. She's sitting up to take some medicine. Her back is turned to me. Mion and I are twins. If I act like her, she won't notice the difference. I think she never suspected me. I put my stun gun to her neck. Oh, she's fucking dead. That'd probably kill her. I pull the trigger. I hear an indescribable electric sound and Grandma's lights go out. Grandma falls in a twisted position. I don't know how long it takes for them to regain consciousness. I have to escape before they wake up. I'm unbelievably calm. The key to the underground torture room is in the forbidden drawer that only the leader of the family can touch. Mion told me about this before. I've never looked for the drawer before I found it but I find it exactly where I thought it would be. The key is on our keychain with some other keys. Each key has a little plaque that says what the key it is. That's Mion's handwriting. She's an idiot for being so honest, but it sure helps me now. Wow, fuck you too. Even if she was a little bit crazy there. But I think she was just trying to get in that kind of way, saying, you didn't see anything at all. I didn't see anything at all. You know, that kind of thing. It's like, okay. Like that kind of thing, and just just be on your way and all things will be fine. I think it was that kind of wink wink. I put the keychain in my pocket and go to the outdoor storeroom and find a cart. I find a large flashlight. There's a string on the flashlight so I can put it on my shoulder. That way I'll have both hands free to carry Mion and Grandma. Fucking strong out there, Jesus. Oh, you put him on the cart. I thought she was just gonna fucking carry both in one arm each. It'll be like, Jesus, you're insane. Holy shit. Adrenaline, no shit. I load Mion and then Grandma onto the cart and carry them to the underground torture room. I was ready to use my stun gun if they woke up, but I guess the stun gun is more powerful than I thought. They're completely out. This is the stun gun Kasai especially ordered when I told him I wanted a powerful one. I remember him telling me that this is an illegally modified stun gun and I should never use it just for fun. I use my flashlight to find the light switch. I find it easily and I turn the lights on. All the lights come on in the basement. Although all the lights are on, it is very dim. I move quickly so I can finish what I need to do before they wake up. I decide to put Mion in a cell beyond the torture room. I was fucking right. I was fucking right! Meaning, the person in the cell in Watanagashi was actually Mion and not Shion, and she had completely broken her. Mentally. Fuck. That makes me even sadder. The lights in the torture room are so bright it looks like it's like daylight. There's a door. I think the cells are on the other side of the door. The key is... Here it is. The keys make a tingling sound. I feel cold air coming from the gap of the door. There must be a huge opening on the other side of this door. I open the door and I see darkness. I feel the wall to find a light switch. I turn the light switch on. The bulbs light up and I see a huge rocky cave. This doesn't look like a natural cave. This looks more like a air raid shelter. There are hollow openings with the bars. Those are the cells. I walk up to the closest cell and check if it's strong enough to confine her. I push and pull the bars. I give it a body blow and decide it is sturdy enough. It is strong enough to call itself a cell. I open the key and carry Mion in. I'm not particularly strong, I'm just average. I never thought I was strong enough to carry a person. But now I don't need to pretend to be weak. I can easily lift their bodies and drag them. I put Mion in the cell. I think she moaned a little. I don't need to observe her. The effect of my stun gun is wearing off. I close the bars and turn the key on the lock. Then I run to Grandma, who must be starting to wake up too. She's older. She probably won't be waking up sooner. Fortunately, there's no sign of Grandma waking up. Maybe the difference in age has something to do with it. Yeah, no shit. No shit. I look for a table to restrain her on. I find a wheelchair with restraints for hands and feet. I put Grandma in it. Of course she doesn't resist, but her dead weight makes it feel like she's a huge French doll made of flesh. I put her hands on the armrest and restrain them at the wrist on the metal rings and hinges. I do the same with her feet. This must be a wheelchair especially modified to restrain a person. Other than the restraints, it's a regular wheelchair. I wait for Grandma to wake up. I have so many things I want to ask her. I don't think she'll answer honestly, but I have plenty of tools to make her answer. I'm not in a hurry. When Grandma becomes worried, relatives take care of a problem. That's how it works in the Sonozaki family. She is the leader of the family, so all the information gathers here. She must know everything about what happens in Hinamizawa. That includes the curse of Oyashiro-sama. I hear a noise from the cell. I guess Mion woke up before Grandma. Grandma doesn't seem like she's about to wake up anytime soon, but even if she does, she's restrained, so I don't need to be fearful of her. I leave Grandma there and head to the cell. Shion, what do you think you're doing? She talks like the next leader, but she sounds frightened. She's obviously understands the situation she's in right now. Good morning, Mion. You never thought you'd be in here, huh? Ha 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 ha. I'm telling you as the substitute leader. Open this up. Ha 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 ha. You don't sound so scary. You need to talk more like the leader, don't you think? Though talking that way will only make you look like a fool. Ha ha ha. There's nothing funny about it, but I wanted to intimidate Mion. My laughter echoes in the cave. It's an artificial and meaningless laugh. I hear it over and over as it echoes. It sounds as if I'm not the only one laughing. I can't stand it, so I stop laughing. The silence fills the air. The silence almost hurts my ears, so I start to speak. I never thought Tomitake and Takano would be the victims. One idea to burn Takano to death. But actually, she would be the kind of person who prefers to die that way. Maybe she's satisfied, huh? Mion doesn't say anything. She's just staring at me and to see how I proceed. What about the way Tomitake died? He scratched his own throat, right? Did you give him a shot of some kind? Or is there a torture tool that did that to him? Mion doesn't reply. I was smiling boldly, but I became impatient and finally kicked the bars. Makes a violent sound. Mion jumps as if she was kicked directly. It's too boring not to get any answers. Do you have any idea what happens if I get angry? How would I know? Mion finally replies. She is odious, but at the same time, she sounds pitiful. Hey Mion, as the next leader, why don't you tell me? Let's see. I have just too many things I want to ask her. I want to ask her about me, about the incident, about the curse, about Satoshi. I don't even know where to start. Before I ask her about those, I ask her one thing. You know there's no point in trying to resist, right? Mion glares at me silently. Because I'm her twin sister, I know that's just a bluff. We've come this far, so there's no point in hesitating anymore. Maybe you shouldn't expect mercy or hesitation from me, sis. Mion must be feeling the cold sweat on her face. Although the light is dim, I can tell she's frightened. Okay, here I go. First, about the series of mysterious deaths in Hinamizawa, also known as the Curse of Oyashiro-sama. What's the meaning of it? Is it to mark the end of the damn conflict? I think so. Mion sounds a little confused, but she answers. I feel satisfaction that now we are communicating. I can continue with a smile. You think, huh? Don't you know the details? You know yourself that the next leader is simply a messenger for Grandma. Yeah, right. But the next leader must know everything the current leader is thinking, right? Do you really think I believe you're simply a messenger for Grandma? Although I'm always with Grandma, I don't know what she's thinking sometimes. It's not like I can understand her all the time. Okay, so are you saying that everything about the Curse of Oyashiro-sama is dedicated by Grandma, right? I assume she talked to the next leader about it. When it's something dangerous, Grandma decides it on her own. I don't have anything to do with it. But even if she decides by herself, Grandma uses you to deal with different things, right? And you're telling me you don't know anything. No, she doesn't use me. I really don't understand it myself, but it's like I take care of positive matters and someone else takes care of negative matters. Who? Who is the one that takes care of the negative matters? I don't know. Haven't you seen anyone? Haven't you heard of a phone conversation? It must be someone who gets in touch with Grandma at the same time every year, around the same time of the Curse of Oyashiro-sama. I don't know. I really don't. Mion shakes her head. Okay, let me change the question. Why were Tometake and Takano chosen as victims, even when they have nothing to do with the dam conflict? Was it because they snuck into the shrine storage? As soon as Mion hears the words the shrine storage, her expression changes immediately. The shrine storage? Did they intrude in the shrine storage at the Furude Shrine? Didn't you know? I thought you already knew. If they really did that, that was truly stupid of them. Of course something would happen to them. Mion mutters bitterly and shakes her head repeatedly. Mion's acting makes me realize the true meaning of the forbidden shrine storage. The shrine storage is a sacred building, so nobody can go in. The curse will fall upon anyone who disobeys that rule. Any child knows this rule. However, just because they know about it doesn't mean they all believe in it. Although they were told they would be cursed, most of the kids actually enjoyed hearing about it. They simply don't believe in it. However, Mion's reaction tells me it is absolutely true. If they actually did that, of course something would happen to them. She's saying that if somebody sneaks into shrine storage, that person should be killed. Your knowledge and my knowledge don't match anymore. Of course I know I shouldn't just go into the shrine storage, but to be killed in such a gruesome way for that... I never thought that, did you? That's because you just don't know enough, Shion. Well, sorry for not knowing enough. Could you please explain it to me? Just like you say, the kids don't really believe in the curse. They just assume it's just a superstition. But they also know that if an adult finds out, they'll be in big trouble. But to the elderly people of Hinamizawa, it's more serious. Mion explains to me how elderly people believe in Oyashiro-sama blindly and how sacred the festivals are for them. It's probably something the younger generation can't understand, but it's a very strong, deeply rooted adoration of Oyashiro-sama. She then goes on to tell me about how sinful it is to violate the rule of the shrine storage. I just can't believe things like that are still going on in the Showa era. I can't even reply appropriately, but even if it's unbelievable, I can't ignore what I'm hearing from my twin sister. Oh boy. I don't know. I don't know what to believe anymore. That's weird. Huh. So, I think I made one comment about how, I think it was in the Tataragashi. And it was about how Mion doesn't actually believe in the curse nearly as much as the other people do, and how Shion does. I think that still holds true. I don't think she really believes in it that much, in the sense of, yeah, she's talking about people getting cursed, but I don't think she's as afraid of it as other people are, or believes it that much as other people do. She might. I don't want to say she's just shoveling this to Shion just to get her, like that. Hey, calm the fuck down. But she might be. She might be doing that. I see. But Mion, doesn't the rule say that one victim gets killed by the curse and another has become a sacrifice? The body of the sacrifice is never to be found. But there are 2 dead bodies this time. What do you think of that? Mion doesn't know that besides Takano and Tomitake, Keiichi and I also snuck into the shrine storage. So I tried to lead her. I know that doesn't make sense. Maybe Takano's burnt body wasn't supposed to be found. Maybe the intention was for her to vanish. Or, I'm not too sure, but... What? Just say what you're thinking. I won't be mad. Mion hesitates at first and then starts to speak. Actually, 4 people snuck into the ritual storage. Maybe... So what? The other 2 will be the sacrifices and be demoned away. No! Oh, she's gonna be so fucking heartbroken. Because I don't think she knows who... I think they just said 4 people snuck in. I don't think she knows who did, though. She's gonna be fucking heartbroken. Damn, she's gonna be fucking heartbroken. It's gonna be sad as fuck.